So, recently, I've been on a box kick, and this is my latest. I call it the pill. You wanna find out how I made it? Let's go. I begin this project, like I do most of my projects, on the computer inside Fusion 360. Here I have the final design all set, ready to go. As you can see, I gave the edges this nice beautiful curvy flow, but that's gonna be pretty challenging, and that's what I wanted from this box, was something to, test some techniques that I haven't tried before. The main focus and base of this project are going to be the curved end caps. So we need to start with them because all the other measurements for the other pieces will be based off of it. To begin with the curved end caps, we need a template. So I grabbed some MDF and my compass and I started making some circles. Now, you take your time with your template. You want it to be as perfect as possible. Sadly, I do not have a spindle or oscillating sander, so I had to make do with some sockets. Hey, do what you gotta do, right? I needed thicker stock than what I had on hand, so I ended up cutting 3 pieces and gluing them together. So 1 set of 3 for the left end cap and 1 set of 3 for the right. I glued my pieces and clamped them all together. Just make sure you don't glue the middle boards together, otherwise you'll end up with just one big chunk of wood. We want 2 here in our case. Now we're gonna trace our template onto our stock of wood, and we're gonna head on over to the bandsaw to cut it out. Just make sure that you take your time, you stay outside of your line so we can refine the shape on the router. Here I use the tape and CA glue trick to attach my template to my stock. Man, I really should get some double-sided tape. So the routing was definitely the most interesting part of this project. As you can see, this piece is taller than your normal flush trimming project. So it took a lot of raising and multiple bits, different types. I used a pattern bit, I used my flush trim bit, but all in all, I was able to get it done. Here I ripped off the template and I compared both pieces to make sure that they were matching. Now it's important that the ends, the sides of them, are actually flat. So I took time and I sanded them as much as I could to get them as flat as possible. And now it was time to work on the middle, or the stretchers. So I went back to my stock of maple, cut down a piece, milled it down, and I used my end caps to measure exactly how tall and thick this material should be. And now it was time for the dowels. I needed dowels here not for strength, but for alignment. See, the glue up would have been really tricky without them, considering that the ends are, well, round. left the stretchers here proud so that I could go over to the table saw and flush everything up. And here is when my SD card filled up, so I switched, and the one I switched to must have been corrupted because I lost pretty much all the footage of the glue up and making the base. But trust me, I took it to the router table, I cut some grooves, and I threw a bottom in it. Right about now, you'll see me working on the top. So I just traced the outline of the box on some stock wood, and now I'm heading over to the bandsaw to cut it all out. Now the top pretty much follows the exact same procedure as the end caps. The only difference is we're going to use the base of the box as the template. After you're done flush trim routing, your top should match your box perfectly. So the next step is head back over to the router table, cut a groove in it so that the lid sits inside the box, and then we're going to chamfer our top and our bottom edges. I was able to sand away a few of the errors that I made while routing, except for the bottom one. I ended up pulling up on my piece while it's still engaged with the router, and it cut a nice semicircle into the bottom of my box. We'll just say it adds character. And here I am using Rubio Monocoat for my finish. It's my go-to finish, and it's super easy to apply. You pretty much just mix a 3:1 ratio of it, smear it onto your box, give it about 5-10 minutes, and then wipe it off clean. Okay, things that turned out good. I think the design ended up turning out really nicely. I really like the size of it, I like the shape, I like the curves, and I really like the simplicity. I was going to give it a handle, but I voted against it and went just with these chamfers to be able to lift the lid off. And I really like the idea. I think that a handle on top would have taken away from the overall design. Oh hey, added benefit, it's perfect to hold all my SD cards, corrupted ones and all. Okay, moving on to the bad. Bad part, my glue up didn't go as well as I wished. My joints could have been tighter. I had to cover up some gaps with some glue, but you know, that is what it is. It kind of comes with every project. Oh yeah, and I had that big cutout on the bottom. Luckily, it was on the bottom. I was debating on redoing the base, but you can barely see it. Either way, it was a tough pill to swallow. Oh, I just love the smell of Rubio. This turned out to be a pretty cool box. You should definitely make one yourself. Well, thank you for watching. Till next time, have a great day.